This video is about she begged for help and the wealthy investor offered her a job. If this story inspires you, please like the video, share it with loved ones, and write in the comments how it touched your heart. The rain fell in heavy sheets, transforming the bustling streets of the city into a blur of colors and sounds. Among the throngs of pedestrians hurrying to escape the downpour stood Clara, a young woman in her late 20s, soaked but undeterred. Her long, dark hair clung to her face, and her tattered sneakers squelched as she shifted from one foot to the other. Clara wasn't just fighting the weather, she was battling her own despair. Just a week ago, she had been evicted from the small apartment she shared with her aging grandmother, who had recently fallen ill. The weight of bills, medical expenses, and a hopeless job market pressed heavily on her heart. With each raindrop, it felt as if her dreams washed away, one by one. "Please, God, just send me a sign," she whispered, clutching her small backpack tighter. As if in response, the door to a nearby building swung open. A man in a tailored suit stepped out, shaking droplets from his umbrella. He looked around, and his eyes met Clara's. For a moment, she felt a flicker of hope, perhaps he was a sign. However, her heart sank as she reminded herself of her circumstances. "Are you all right?" he asked, his voice cutting through the noise of the city. Clara hesitated, unsure whether to speak. I just need a job," she stammered, her voice barely audible above the rain. "I'll do anything. I just need to help my grandma." The man's expression softened. "You've been out here for a while." "Just an hour," Clara replied, trying to mask her desperation. He studied her for a moment, his brow furrowed as though weighing the situation. "I am Marcus, by the way." "Clara, you were looking for work?" "Yes," she said, the word tumbling out like a fallen leaf. "I can clean, file, organize, anything." Marcus glanced at the sky, then back at her. "I have a small office nearby. Would you like to come in and chat?" Clara blinked, disbelief washing over her. She wanted to refuse to tell him it was too good to be true, but the urgency in her heart overruled her fears. "Okay, I do like that." The two hurried to the office building, where the warmth enveloped them like a comforting blanket. The sleek, modern space was filled with natural light that made Clara's heart swell with a sense of hope. "Have a seat," Marcus gestured toward a small conference room. Clara settled into a chair, feeling the exhaustion of the past week weigh on her. "So why do you need this job?" he asked, pouring 2 cups of coffee. Taking a deep breath, Clara recounted her story, her grandmother's illness, the eviction, and her struggle to find work. As she spoke, she felt the weight of her emotions lift. "I've always worked hard, but it's been tough lately," she admitted, her voice trembling. Marcus listened intently, his expression shifting from compassion to admiration. "You're incredibly brave, Clara. Not everyone would fight so hard for their family." "Thank you," Clara replied, her heart swelling with gratitude. "I just want to make things better." "I understand," he said, leaning forward. "I need an intern for my startup. It's not glamorous work, but it's a chance to learn. Are you interested?" Clara's eyes widened. "Intern? For your startup?" "Yes, you'll help with administrative tasks, but I'll also teach you about business that could open doors for you." She felt overwhelmed with emotion, her heart racing. "Are you sure I am the right person? I don't have experience." "I see potential in you," Marcus said, his voice steady. "We all start somewhere. You'll be surprised at what you can accomplish." Clara's heart swelled with hope. "I'd love to." "Great. We can start tomorrow, and don't worry about pay. I'll make sure you're taken care of." "Thank you so much. I won't let you down." As the conversation continued, Clara felt lighter, as if a heavy burden had been lifted. Jim Marcus discussed her duties and his vision for the company as she realized how much she had yearned for this opportunity. After their meeting, Clara stepped back into the rain, the drops now feeling refreshing rather than burdensome. She couldn't believe her luck. A job opportunity had fallen into her lap when she least expected it. "Maybe this is a sign," she whispered to herself, a smile creeping onto her lips. Over the next few days, Clara embraced her new role with vigor. Each morning, she arrived early, eager to learn and lend her hand wherever needed. She took notes during meetings, engaged with co-workers, and soaked up every ounce of knowledge Marcus imparted. As she settled into her routine, Clara found strength she didn't know she possessed. She learned to handle spreadsheets, answer phones, and even assist in marketing campaigns. Marcus's mentorship was invaluable. He recognized her determination and encouraged her to voice her ideas. One afternoon, Clara felt a rush of excitement as she stood in front of a whiteboard, presenting a marketing strategy she had developed. If we target local artists, we can create community engagement, she proposed confidently. Marcus's eyes lit up with approval. This is brilliant, Clara, we should implement it right away. Her heart soared at the praise, a sense of belonging blossoming within her. This job was more than just a paycheck, it was a chance to rediscover her purpose. Yet the shadows of her past still lingered. In quiet moments, Clara often thought about her grandmother and the challenges they faced. She longed to offer her a better life, but the fear of failure still haunted her. One evening, she returned home after a long day at the office. With her grandmother asleep in the next room, Clara carefully prepared a simple dinner. As she worked, she recalled the moments of kindness she'd experienced in the past week, the encouragement from Marcus, the support of her co-workers. Sitting down with her dinner, Clara made a silent promise. She would not only work to improve her circumstances, but also find ways to uplift others who were struggling. She understood now that resilience was not just about enduring one's own challenges, but also about reaching out and lending a hand to those in need. That night, Clara began jotting down ideas for a community initiative, a program to help people in her situation find job opportunities and gain skills. She envisioned a space where support and encouragement flowed freely, where people could share their stories and lift each other up. Clara's determination grew stronger. She decided that once she had a firm foothold in her career, she would step up and make that vision a reality. Little did she know, her journey was just beginning, and the challenges ahead would test her resolve in ways she had never imagined. With each passing day at the office, Clara became more confident. She learned to embrace uncertainty, focusing on her strengths and cultivating a mindset of growth. It was during one of those busy days that Marcus approached her with an unexpected proposition. "Clara, how would you feel about presenting at an upcoming networking event?" A heart raced at the thought. "Presenting? Me? Absolutely. You've grown so much. I believe you have a lot to offer, and this could be a great opportunity for you." Fear and excitement intertwined in Clara's chest. The past few months had taught her that stepping outside her comfort zone often led to growth. "Okay, I'll do it. Great, I'll help you prepare." And so began a whirlwind of practice sessions, late nights, and self-discovery. Clara poured her heart into the presentation, weaving her journey and vision into a story that could inspire others. As the date approached, she experienced moments of doubt. Would anyone care about her story? Would she be able to inspire them? But each time, the memory of her grandmother's unwavering love and the kindness she had received from Marcus propelled her forward. On the day of the event, Clara stood backstage, her heart pounding like a drum. She glanced at the audience, a sea of faces looking back at her. In that moment, she recalled the struggle she had overcome and the promises she had made to herself. Taking a deep breath, she stepped into the spotlight. As Clara began to speak, the notes fell away, replaced by a sense of purpose. She shared her story, the hardships, and the hope she had found in the kindness of a stranger. The audience leaned in, captivated by her resilience and honesty. Her voice grew stronger with each word, and by the end, Clara felt a wave of relief wash over her. The applause that followed was deafening. Unlike anything she had ever experienced, it filled her with joy. In that moment, Clara realized she was not just a survivor, she was a beacon of hope for others. With resilience as her guide and the support of her newfound community, she knew she could navigate the challenges ahead. The journey was just beginning, and the road would be winding and uncertain, but Clara had found her purpose, and nothing could extinguish the fire within her. As the applause echoed in Clara's ears, the wave of emotions crashed over her. She stepped off the stage with a newfound sense of self. The thrill of sharing her story and connecting with others ignited an ember of passion within her. However, as she mingled with attendees, Clara felt that familiar knot of anxiety tightening in her chest. "Clara," their voice called out, breaking through her thoughts. It was Marcus, making his way through the crowd. "You were incredible. That was one of the most heartfelt presentations I've ever witnessed." "Thank you, Marcus," Clara replied, her eyes shining. "I still can't believe I did it. I was so scared." "That is the beauty of stepping out of your comfort zone. You never know how much you can achieve until you try," he said, beaming with pride. "What are your plans now?" Clara hesitated, the weight of her grandmother's situation creeping back in. "I want to start that community initiative, the one to help others find jobs," she confessed, her voice firm. "I want to give back, like you did for me." Marcus's smile widened. "That's a fantastic idea. I'd love to help you get it off the ground. The connections you made tonight could be invaluable." "I do appreciate that so much," Clara said, her heart swelling with gratitude. "But it is a huge undertaking. What if I don't know how to do it?" Every great venture starts with uncertainty. Trust in your abilities. You've proven you can overcome challenges, he encouraged, placing a reassuring hand on her shoulder. Clara nodded, determination surging within her. You're right, I'll figure it out. As the night progressed, Clara mingled with other attendees, sharing her story and collecting contact information. The warmth of their responses filled her with hope. She realized how many others were battling their own challenges and craved community connection. Weeks turned into months, and Clara poured herself into her work at the startup and organizing her community initiative. She found a small space in a local community center, offering it for free to host workshops on resume writing, interview skills, and personal development. Marcus remained by her side, providing guidance and support. Clara, look at the turnout. This is amazing, he exclaimed one Saturday morning, surveying the room filled with eager faces. It is incredible, isn't it? Clara replied, her heart racing as she watched people connect, share their stories, and encourage one another. I didn't expect this many to show up. I told you, people need this, you recreating a ripple effect. As more attendees found jobs and shared their success stories, the initiative gained momentum. Clara's confidence blossomed. She was no longer just the girl who had begged for help, she had become a pillar of support for others. Yet, amidst the joy, Clara faced her own battles. Her grandmother's health continued to decline, and the emotional toll was immense. It was often hard for Clara to balance work, the initiative, and caring for her grandmother. One evening, as Clara sat at her grandmother's bedside, she gently held her hand. I am here, Grandma. I promise I'll take care of everything. Her grandmother's frail voice broke the silence. Clara, sweetheart, you're doing so much. I worry about you. I am okay, really. I am helping people, and it gives me strength, Clara replied, forcing a smile through her tears. I am proud of you. You've always had a big heart, her grandmother said, her eyes shimmering with love. But don't forget to take care of yourself too. The weight of those words lingered with Clara. She had a purpose now, but she also needed to honor her own well-being. As her grandmother drifted off to sleep, Clara quietly wiped away her tears. Days turned into a blur of activity, but Clara's resolve remained steady. At work, she continued to innovate, and Marcus frequently praised her for her hard work. We need more people like you in this industry, Clara, he often said. Yet, the strain of her grandmother's health weighed heavily on her heart. One fateful morning, Clara received a call from the hospital. Ms. Dawson, we need you to come in regarding your grandmother's condition, the nurse said, her tone somber. Panic tightened around Clara's chest like a vise. Is she okay? What is happening? Please, just come in as soon as you can. As she drove to the hospital, tears streamed down her cheeks. How was it possible that everything she had worked for could be overshadowed by this looming uncertainty? Upon arriving, Clara rushed to her grandmother's room. The sight of her hooked machine stole the breath from her lungs. Grandma, I am here, she whispered, grasping her hand tightly. Her grandmother's eyes fluttered open. Clara, sweetheart, I am sorry. Don't apologize, we're in this together. You'll get through this, Clara said, forcing a smile, her voice trembling. I am tired, my dear, but I want you to promise me something, her grandmother rasped. Anything, Grandma. Keep helping others, you have so much to give. Clara's heart shattered. I will, I promise, but I need you here with me. You have strength beyond measure. Don't let it go to waste, her grandmother whispered, her eyes closing again. In the days that followed, Clara's woe felt dark and heavy. She spent every moment by her grandmother's side, and each passing hour felt like a lifetime. She held on to hope, but the reality of her grandmother's fragile state loomed like a shadow. One evening, as Clara sat in silence, her grandmother's voice broke the stillness. Clara, I want you to know that you've changed lives. You are not just my granddaughter, you are a beacon of hope. Clara's heart ached as she fought back tears. You are my inspiration, Grandma. I couldn't do any of it without you. I am so proud of you. Promise me you'll keep going, even when it gets tough. I promise, Clara whispered, knowing deep down that part of her would always carry her grandmother's spirit. The following days were challenging, and Clara felt the weight of her grandmother's words echoing in her heart. She found herself at the community center, pouring her grief into work, ensuring that the initiative thrived even amid her pain. Clara, you're doing an amazing job here, Marcus said one afternoon, observing her as she led a workshop. Your passion is contagious. Thank you, Marcus. I just want to make a difference, Clara replied, trying to keep her emotions at bay. You are. Just remember to take care of yourself, too, he added gently. As the weeks passed, Clara experienced a profound shift. Though her grandmother had passed away, leaving an emptiness in Clara's heart, she felt her grandmother's love guiding her. She harnessed that love into her work, channeling her grief into a force for good. One Saturday, while organizing a community event, Clara stood before a crowd of eager attendees. I want to share something personal with you all. I lost someone very dear to me recently, but their spirit inspires me every day. The room fell silent as everyone listened intently. My grandmother taught me that resilience means not just enduring pain but turning it into strength. That is what we're doing here together, she continued, her voice steady. Through our struggles, we can uplift one another. We can help build a community where kindness prevails, where we all rise together. The audience erupted in applause, and Clara felt a wave of warmth wash over her. It was a moment of healing, not just for her but for everyone present. As time went on, Clara's initiative expanded, reaching more people than she ever imagined. The stories of transformations and new job opportunities filled her with gratitude and purpose. The community center became a hub of hope, a testament to the strength found in shared struggles. One afternoon, as Clara sorted through feedback from attendees, a young woman approached her. Clara, I just wanted to thank you. This program changed my life. I found a job I love. Tears welled in Clara's eyes. I am so happy for you. You deserve it. Your story inspired me. You showed me that I can rise from my challenges too, the woman said, smiling brightly. Clara understood then that through her journey, she had become a vessel of hope for others. Her grandmother's legacy lived on in every person she had touched. Months later, standing in front of a larger audience than ever before, Clara reflected on her path. She gazed out at the faces before her, each one shining with possibility. Every step we take, no matter how small, leads us forward, Clara began, her voice unwavering. Resilience is about lifting up not just ourselves but those around us. Together, we can create a brighter future. As she spoke, Clara felt the warmth of her grandmother's love enveloping her like a comforting embrace. She had transformed her grief into strength and hope, proving that even amid life's darkest moments, the human spirit has an incredible capacity to shine bright. With each passing day, Clara continued to nurture her community. As Clara stood before the crowd, she could feel the weight of her journey pressing down on her shoulders. Yet, amidst the anxiety, hope flickered like a candle in the dark. She thought back to the moments that had shaped her, the rain-soaked streets where she first met Marcus, the pain of her grandmother's passing, and the birth of her community initiative. Each experience had contributed layers to her identity, forging an unbreakable spirit within her. Every step we take, no matter how small, leads us forward, Clara continued, her voice steady and resolute. Faces in the audience reflected a tapestry of stories, each one hanging onto her words. Resilience is about lifting not just ourselves but those around us. Together, we can create a brighter future. After the presentation, as the applause washed over her like a warm hug, Clara stepped off the stage, feeling lighter, as if she had shed an old skin. When she spotted Marcus approaching, she was greeted by a beaming smile that radiated warmth. Clara, that was incredible. You've come so far, he said, his pride evident in his voice. Thank you, Marcus. I still get nervous, but I really believe in what we're doing here, she replied, her heart swelling with gratitude. Believe in yourself too. You are not just inspiring others, you're a real leader now, he encouraged. Clara felt a flicker of disbelief but also a spark of determination. She had fought against the odds and emerged stronger, not just for herself but for those she aimed to help. The mission of the community initiative had become her lifeline, a way to honor her grandmother's memory while making a tangible difference in the world. In the months that followed, Clara immersed herself in her work. The community center buzzed with energy as individuals from all walks of life gathered for workshops, job fairs, and mentorship programs. Clara thrived in this environment, drawing upon the reservoir of strength she had cultivated through her struggles. Clara, the turnout for next week's workshop is incredible. You should see the registration numbers, her coworker, Lisa, exclaimed, excitement bubbling in her voice. That's amazing. It means people are eager to learn and grow, Clara replied, a smile breaking across her face. We really making an impact? Just then, a young man named Aaron approached, his demeanor shy but hopeful. Clara, I wanted to thank you. I found a job through this program, he said, his voice trembling with gratitude. Clara's heart swelled. Oh, Aaron, that is fantastic. What is the job? I am working as a graphic designer at a local firm, he said, his face lighting up. I wouldn't have even applied if it weren't for the confidence I gained here. That is what it is all about, Clara said, beaming. I am so proud of you. As Erin walked away, Clara felt a bittersweet ache in her chest. With every success story, the shadow of her grandmother's absence loomed larger. She missed sharing these moments with her, the conversations that would have followed each triumph. Later that evening, as she prepared for bed, Clara sat at her desk, surrounded by notes and ideas for upcoming workshops. The weight of longing settled on her shoulders. I wish you could see this, Grandma, she whispered into the silence of her room. I know you would be proud. A quiet resolve filled her heart. She had a purpose, and her grandmother's spirit continued to guide her, urging her to push forward. The mission to uplift others had become intertwined with her own healing. One day, while brainstorming ideas for the community initiative, Clara approached Marcus with a new vision. What if we created a mentorship program that pairs experienced professionals with those looking to enter the workforce? Marcus leaned back, considering. That's brilliant. It could give people a direct connection and real insights. How do you envision it working? We could host monthly meet and greets where mentors and mentees can network, maybe even provide training sessions for mentors to ensure they're well prepared, Clara suggested, her passion palpable. I love it. Let us draft up a proposal and make it happen, Marcus said, his enthusiasm infectious. As Clara worked tirelessly to launch the mentorship program, she felt a renewed sense of purpose. Each email she sent, each phone call she made, was a step towards creating a network of support that could change lives. However, amidst the planning, Clara faced a new challenge. One evening, after a particularly long day, she felt an unsettling fatigue wash over her. As she lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, doubt crept in. Am I doing enough? She whispered to herself. The pressure to succeed weighed heavily, and the fear of not honoring her grandmother's legacy gnawed at her. The next day, as Clara prepared for a community workshop, she couldn't shake the feeling of inadequacy. She arrived early, setting up the room with the usual enthusiasm, but internally wrestling with herself. When the first attendees began to arrive, Clara plastered on a smile, but her heart wasn't in it. As she started the session, her voice quivered, the doubts threatening to surface. Welcome, everyone. Today we'll talk about building your resume and personal branding, she began, but as she glanced at the faces in the crowd, she felt the weight of their expectations pressing down on her. Halfway through, Clara paused, her gut twisting. I want to be honest with you all. I've been struggling with my own fears lately. A murmur of surprise spread through the room, and Clara took a deep breath. I want you to know that it is okay to feel overwhelmed. We all have moments of doubt. What matters is how we choose to move forward. The vulnerability in her voice sparked a connection. People nodded, sharing knowing glances. Clara realized that by sharing her own struggles, she had created a safe space for others to open up about theirs. Thank you for being real with us, a woman in the back said. It is comforting to see that even someone who is helping others can feel this way. Clara's heart softened. We are all on this journey together. Let us support one another, learn from each other, that's how we grow. As this session continued, Clara felt a renewed sense of purpose. By embracing her vulnerability, she was not only empowering herself, but also empowering everyone in the room. After the workshop, Clara stayed behind to talk with attendees. A young woman named Jen approached her, eyes filled with tears. Clara, thank you for sharing today. I have been feeling so lost since I lost my job. Hearing you made me realize I am not alone, Jen said, her voice shaky. Clara reached out, placing a comforting hand on her shoulder. You are definitely not alone. We all face tough times. It is okay to ask for help, and it is okay to be vulnerable. I want to help others too, but I don't know where to start, Jenna admitted. Let us work on that together. You have a story, and that can inspire others, Clara said, her heart swelling with hope. As the weeks passed, Clara's mentorship program took off. She saw individuals who had once felt lost begin to blossom, forging connections and building confidence. Clara found strength in their struggles, and each success became a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. One afternoon, as Clara was organizing materials for a new workshop, she received a call from Marcus. Clara, I have exciting news. We've been invited to present our initiative at a regional conference. Her heart raced. Were you serious? That is amazing. Yes, they want to hear about the mentorship program and community impact. We'll have a chance to inspire others, Marcus explained, his excitement palpable. Clara's mind spun with possibilities. This could be a great opportunity to showcase what we've built. As they prepared for the conference, Clara felt the familiar mix of excitement and anxiety. But this time, she didn't let fear hold her back. She reminded herself of her purpose, to share her story, to inspire others, and to honor her grandmother's legacy. On the day of the conference, Clara stood backstage, a knot of anticipation tightening in her stomach. She could feel her heart pounding, but as she glanced over at Marcus, he flashed her an encouraging smile. "You've got this," he said softly. When it was finally Clara's turn to step into the spotlight, she took a deep breath, remembering the countless struggles that had led her here. As she began to speak, she poured her heart into her presentation, sharing not just the facts and figures, but the emotional journey that had shaped the initiative. Resilience is a shared experience. It is about lifting each other up, finding strength in community, she said passionately, her voice unwavering. The audience was captivated, nodding along as Clara shared stories of triumph, vulnerability, and connection. She spoke of the lives transformed through mentorship and the power of kindness. When her presentation concluded, the applause was thunderous. Clara felt tears of joy welling in her eyes. She had taken a leap of faith and found herself among a community of people who believed in the power of resilience. Afterward, attendees approached Clara, eager to connect and share their own stories. "You've inspired me to start something similar in my community," one man said, his eyes alight with enthusiasm. "Thank you for sharing your journey," another woman said. "It reminds me that even in tough times, they don't have to walk alone." Overwhelmed by the positive energy surrounding her, Clara felt a sense of belonging she had longed for since her grandmother's passing. "I am so grateful for your words," she replied, her voice filled with sincerity. "Together, we can create a ripple effect in our communities." As the conference wrapped up, Clara and Marcus found a quiet corner, both exhilarated and exhausted. "You were phenomenal, Clara. Your passion shone through every word," Marcus said, genuinely impressed. "Thank you, Marcus. I couldn't have done it without your support," Clara replied, the gratitude evident in her eyes. "You believed in me when I didn't." "That's what mentorship is all about," he said, a smile gracing his face. "You're now embodying that for others." Clara's heart swelled with pride and determination. She envisioned a future where every person had access to opportunities and support. "I want to take this momentum and really push for outreach," she declared. "We need to reach those who haven't heard about our initiative yet." Marcus nodded in agreement. "I'll help you set up a strategic plan. We can use social media and the local partnerships to spread the word." As they discussed ideas, Clara felt an electric excitement. They brainstormed ways to engage local businesses, schools, and community organizations. She envisioned workshops that not only equipped people with job skills but also fostered a sense of family and support. "Let us hold an open house," Clara suggested. "We can invite the community to see what we offer, and we'll have a panel of success stories to inspire them." "That is a great idea. Let us get started," Marcus replied, his enthusiasm infectious. With renewed energy, Clara poured herself into the planning of the open house, fueled by the desire to uplift others just as she had once been uplifted. As she sent out invitations and secured panelists, she encountered the occasional challenge. Some businesses were hesitant to partner, and she faced moments of self-doubt, wondering if she had the strength to overcome the obstacles. "What if no one shows up?" she confided in Marcus one evening after a long day of planning. "What if this is a failure?" "Clara," Marcus said firmly, "every great venture comes with uncertainty. You've already created something wonderful. Have faith in your vision and your ability to connect with people." His words resonated deeply within her. She took a moment to breathe, reminding herself of her journey. The feeling of helplessness she had once known was replaced by the strength she had cultivated through her experiences. "You be right," Clara said, a spark igniting in her eyes. "I'll keep pushing forward." As the day of the open house approached, Clara felt the weight of anticipation and excitement. She decorated the community center with bright banners showcasing success stories, and she set up tables filled with informational pamphlets on job opportunities and skills workshops. The day finally arrived, and Clara stood at the entrance, her heart racing. She watched as people began to trickle in, their faces a mix of curiosity and hope. She smiled and greeted each one, her excitement bubbling over. "Welcome, we're so glad you're here," she said warmly. Inside, Clara introduced the panelists, individuals who had each found success through the very program she had envisioned. As they took turns sharing their stories, Clara watched as the audience leaned in, captivated by tales of resilience and triumph. One woman recounted her struggle with unemployment and how the mentorship program had given her the confidence to pursue her dream job in nursing. "I didn't think I could do it," she said, her voice trembling with emotion. "But I found support here and it changed my life." The applause that followed was thunderous, filling Clara's heart with hope. Each story seemed to reinforce the very purpose she had dedicated herself to. People began to share their aspirations and dreams, lighting a spark in the room. As Clara moved through the crowd, she engaged with attendees, listening to their stories and offering encouragement. A young man named Ethan approached her, his hands fidgeting. "I've been out of work for months, and I feel lost," he admitted, his voice barely above a whisper. "Ethan, it is okay to feel that way. You're not alone," Clara said gently. "We're here to help you find your path. Let us talk about what you're passionate about." Ethan's eyes flickered with hope. "I love art, but I've never thought of it as a career." "Art is powerful. There are so many opportunities in creative fields. Have you considered graphic design or illustration?" Clara asked, her enthusiasm infectious. "I've never thought about it like that," he said, his expression brightening. "Maybe I could explore that." With each conversation, Clara felt a sense of purpose wash over her. She realized that by sharing her journey and uplifting others, she was creating a tapestry of hope, one that interwove stories of struggle, triumph, and resilience. As the open house came to a close, Clara stood at the front, feeling a sense of fulfillment. "Thank you all for being here today," she said, her voice steady and heartfelt. "This initiative is about all of us coming together to lift each other up. We're not just creating job opportunities, we're rebuilding a community." The applause that followed was overwhelming, filling her with a deep sense of belonging. Clara knew that the journey wasn't over, it was just beginning. In the weeks that followed, the open house led to an influx of interest in the initiative. People began signing up for workshops, eager to learn and grow. Clara felt a renewed sense of purpose, and as she worked tirelessly to provide resources for the community, she also took moments to reflect on her own journey. One evening, as she sat at her desk with a cup of tea, she found herself flipping through an old journal. The pages held memories of her struggles, her fears, and the determination that had sparked her journey. As she read her own words, a wave of gratitude washed over her. She had come so far, transforming pain into purpose. Just then, her phone buzzed with a message. It was Marcus. "Hey, Clara, I have some exciting news. We've been invited to collaborate with a prominent nonprofit organization that focuses on workforce development." Her heart raced at the possibility. "This could be huge," she replied, her mind swelling with ideas. "What does that mean for us?" "It means we can expand our reach and resources. They want to partner with us on the mentorship program, which could open doors for even more participants," he explained. "Wow, that is amazing," Clara exclaimed, her excitement bubbling over. "We could help so many more people." "Yes, and they're interested in featuring our initiative in their upcoming outreach campaign," Marcus added. Clara's heart swelled with pride. "This is a testament to the work we've put in. It is proof that when we come together, we can create change." In the following months, Clara found herself immersed in collaboration meetings and planning sessions. The partnership with the nonprofit opened up new avenues for funding, mentorship opportunities, and expanded workshops. One sunny Saturday, as they prepared for a joint community event, Clara stood outside the community center, watching as families gathered. Children laughed and played, while adults mingled, discussing their aspirations. The atmosphere was alive with energy, and Clara felt a deep sense of joy. "Clara," Marx called out, his voice pulling her from her thoughts. "We're about to kick off the event." As they took the stage together, Clara glanced at the crowd, a vibrant tapestry of individuals from diverse backgrounds, all brought together by a shared hope for a better future. "Thank you all for being here," she began, her heart racing. "Today, we celebrate not just our successes, but the community we've built together. Every story shared is a step towards lifting each other up." The crowd erupted in applause, and Clara knew that they were all part of something bigger than herself. The initiatives they had created were transforming lives, and she felt grateful for the journey that had brought her to this point. As the event unfolded, Clara spoke with attendees, witnessing their growth and determination firsthand. She had success stories of individuals who had found jobs, launched businesses, and connected with mentors who believed in their potential. Later in the day, as Clara stood in a quiet corner, she felt a gentle tap on her shoulder. It was Ethan, the young man she had spoken with at the open house. "Clara, I just wanted to let you know I got a job offer as a graphic designer." "Aaron, that is incredible," Clara exclaimed, her eyes shining with pride. "I knew you could do it. I never would have thought I'd get here without your support. Thank you for believing in me," he said, his gratitude palpable. "Believe in yourself," Clara replied, her heart swelling. "You've worked hard for this, and you deserve every bit of success." As the sun began to set, casting a golden hue over the community center, Clara took a moment to reflect. She was reminded of the challenges she had faced, the fears she had conquered, and the love that had guided her through it all. In that moment, she realized that resilience was not just about enduring hardship, it was about transforming pain into purpose and using that strength to uplift others. Clara understood that each person she had helped was a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. With a renewed sense of determination, Clara vowed to continue her journey. The challenges would come,